Vicky.
I'm Andrew.
And this is Paul and Andrew and Vicky watch all of Hellraiser.
Paul, raise your hand. Carry on, Vicky.
Me too. You thought it was me. And we're watching the 2002 version, Hellraiser, Hellseeker. I think that's how we're going to be feeling at the end of this evening.
Yes. For those who haven't seen this before, this is a bring your own copy watch-along party. So if you've just joined us, you have about, 10, 15 minutes of us talking before the film starts to get your copy of Hellraiser 6 set up and ready to hit play when we do the countdown.
I think there's something wrong with Paul's microphone because I can't hear him.
I can't hear Paul for shit.
What about now?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Joyous joy. I have turned my speakers off for reasons I don't quite understand how I did that. Yes, I didn't miss my cue. I was just muted at the time.
Right.
Then, as I was supposed to be saying before, we'll all watch along together and make loads of comments about how wonderful this film is. Some of them you'll be able to hear.
Just like our technical genius.
Yeah. Absolutely. And the tumbleweed currently going through the internet is our comment section at the moment. So say hello.
Will be here.
The comment section.
The one true fan will be with us, but they're only going to be with us for the movie.
So anyone who's watching post comment section, I hope you've got some choice reviews in any of Andy's chat boxes.
Yes.
Okay.
And so Paul, what have you been watching in the last 2 weeks?
So I've been working my way through The Witcher again because there's a new half of season coming later this month.
Oh, is it not out?
No, it's 27th of July, I think it comes out.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've just made my way through the first 2.5 seasons of that to get myself back up to speed with where we are. And I also followed your recommendation and watched Kunk on Earth.
What did you think?
So I probably shouldn't have binge watched it. It got a little bit grating binge watching all 5 episodes in one go, but there were some absolute corkers of lines there. It's well worth it for the one-offs.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And what have you been watching, Vicky?
So I've been watching a variety of things. I rewatched Independence Day and Bridget Jones's Diary. I've been watching a K-drama called Isodonis or Yellow Boots, which is one of those different areas, and I think I have been watching a number of documentaries as well about Pompeii.
Cool.
So what have you been watching, Andy?
I watched the Wham documentary.
Was it any good?
Yes. I can't say I have even the slightest bit more respect for their music. And in many ways, I kind of possibly dislike their music even more. But I do have definitely a greater respect for them as a combo. And definitely for Andrew Ridgeley. I think it laid the record on Andrew Ridgeley a lot fairer. I watched the Outlaws.
The one with Pierce Brosnan in it?
Yes. It's a very good midweek, light-hearted action comedy with a bunch of people that you know exactly what characters they're going to play. Okay. And they hit the nail every single time.
Is it like the Misfits?
Misfits?
What?
What's the Misfits?
No, the Misfits was a Pierce Brosnan film which had a similar premise. Hello!
We have fun!
Yay!
Hello! Yeah, I haven't heard of the Outlaws, but I have heard of the Misfits, which I was quite eager to see because that's got a Thai star who also does Chinese stuff, so he knows like 3 or 4 languages, and he's super good looking.
Haven't seen it.
And also comes recommended by Scarlett Type-Chilling.
Yeah. So his name is Mike D'Angelo. If you know the film Misfits, I haven't seen the film, but I have seen him in a number of things. He is very easy on the eye and probably a pain in the ass in real life.
Have you seen The Misfits?
As in the band?
No, the film.
I've not.
It's worth it. It's Marilyn Monroe's last movie. It's
Okay.
how good an actress she could be. I also watched Muscles and Mayhem, which is a documentary about the American gladiators, which was really interesting. It follows a lot of the paths everyone probably expected it to, but it's just the production cycle, how they got people recruited in, how badly they got it in the first half of the first season, and then how they resurrected everything through, and then how they, people got mistreated, blah blah blah. But it was very positive all over, which I wasn't expecting. And yeah, it's a bit of a trek. It's about like 4 hours, but I thought it was pretty cool. I do apologize for the fact that I'm in Baywatch mode today. I'm just randomly broken out into very distracting slow-mos followed by hideous...
Well, it's the brilliant slow motion followed by the really high speed, but then you just catch up with yourself.
It's I don't know what's going on with that. Anyway, that's what I've been watching.
Okay, well, that sounds interesting. So just sort of on a movie front update. So this year, my wonderful, amazing husband Paul is taking me to a location of my favourite film in Italy. The film's called Avanti, and we're actually staying in the actual hotel where it was set. So
sweet.
That's a nice movie interest that I've got for this week, and I'm not going to ask him at all how much it cost, because that would be suicide.
And myself and Pink Apple Jam, we're doing Barbie. No, we're doing Oppenheimer rather than Barbieheimer. We are doing
Oppenheimer first, then Barbie.
Oppenheimer, then booze, then Barbie, then karaoke. It's going to be a day.
That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
It is wonderful. Thank you. Yes. Belated 40th birthday present.
Yes, that's what you get for having 40th birthday in the year of COVID.
Over COVID. Yes. Yes.
And now, before Vicky has to raise her hand, it's the opening context.
No, I don't need to raise my hand. It's now Paul's exciting world of Hellraiser facts.
No, it's not. It's Paul's very important life lessons this week, because this week I would like to teach everybody how not to do what I've just done. So, if you spend all weekend putting together a lovely PowerPoint presentation, check that you've saved it before 7:25 on Tuesday, when you're supposed to be presenting your PowerPoint presentation. I don't know, half an hour before probably would have been better than 5 minutes.
Yes.
And I suddenly realized that I may have clicked that "Do you want to save?" no button instead of that "Do you want to save?" yes button.
So, bonus week next week.
Well, yeah, maybe a bonus week next week, or maybe you'll just get the one that I was supposed to be doing this week anyway.
But you know what that does mean, don't you?
What does that mean, Andrew?
It's
time for Andrew's amazing facts.
Andrew's amazing facts about Hellraiser Hellseeker, including the fact it's the only Hellraiser movie which titles looks like handwriting.
Actually, it looks a bit like the From Hell thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's got that I signed this thing going on. Anyway, so this was the 5th Hellraiser film.
Dun, dun, dun.
The 5th Hellraiser film, you say?
Yes, and then it all went a bit screwy. So a gentleman by the name of Michael Lent sent in a spec script called The Hellseeker.
Mm-hmm.
He basically knew Miramax Dimension were they'd started doing the various things they did with 4, so he was like, oh, well, they've opened this up, I might as well send in my script. And that was good at the start. It was basically scheduled to be the 5th Hellraiser until a load of the producers involved got fired, because that's how the movie industry works. Then Carl V. Dupree and Tim Day got called in to rewrite it, something that Lent found out by hearing on the movie industry grapevine that Hellseeker was being filmed in Canada.
Okay.
But he was fine about it. it was a development script. It was a spec script that then became a development script, and he got all they took was the name, which he originally called the Hellseeker, and they changed it to Hellseeker. And he said it was like the first 10 minutes, so he was very charitably cool with it, which is nice, probably because he then went and got a bunch of other jobs, which is nice. Anyway, his first director did a bunk. This is Doug Amiokiyo. He was on the project for a reasonably long length of time, as far as you can within one of these things, about 18 months. And then he decided to go for a far superior film with far more artistic integrity and far more likelihood of being a smash hit.
What was that film?
Anyway. This is one of two reasons we're never doing Paul and Andrew watch all of Highlander. The other one being the film that came after this, which I frankly refuse to ever watch again. It was diabolical. Anyway, so they got a gentleman in by the name of Rick Boutu. He got called into direct, mostly because he'd done a load of second unit work for Mimic and for Dimension, as well as being a cinematographer for Barbed Wire, which I know a lot of people think is a bad movie, but it looks fantastic, frankly. And he's got an eye for he knows how to line up a nice shot. Obviously, being a director is a little bit more than that, but he knows what he's doing. He also, he's a pretty cool chap. Where am I going now? Right, I loaded up the wrong thing. Anyway,
ladies and gentlemen, we're so prepped for this.
Such a bad episode. He got a couple of rewrites done, including the decision to get Kirsty from the original back in as a character, because he thought it'd be cool to have stronger links to the originals.
Fair enough.
Although they didn't think they could get the actress back, so it was mostly going to be a cameo. However, Doug Bradley got Ashley Lawrence back.
Oh, that's nice.
How do you reckon he accomplished that?
No, by being really, really sweet, I'm going to say.
No, he rang her up and asked her if she wanted to be on it, and she said yes.
Okay.
Because no one else had called her.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He basically got a copy of the script, went, "Ooh, Kirsty Cotton's back in this," and went, "Ooh, he's actually going to be in this." And they went, "Well, we're trying to get in touch with her." So he's like, "Did you ring her?" No,
we didn't try that hard.
Hold my makeup, and off he went. Also, he got to do some rewrites for her part, specifically the scenes that he shared with her. How much of that got in is a bit unclear, because all that stuff was fun and awesome. But yeah, she's back in it, which is nice because she's a fairly talented actress. And Clive Barker is back fucking again.
That's amazing.
So one of the other things Botter also did was, against the wishes of the studio and much to their bloody annoyance, he grabbed a work print and just showed it to Clive Barker, because it's what you do.
Yeah.
And Barker, being Barker, just went, "Yeah, I got a couple of notes here." So he tidied up the third act, changed the climax, all that fun stuff. So yeah, it started as one script, became another script. More on that as we come along in the series. Ashley's back, and Clive Barker is back. Other than that, they basically shot it in Canada because it was cheaper, and nothing exciting happened other than they made a movie. So anyway, what the critics said. Now,
so how many critics do you get reviewing a straight-to-video release?
Not that bloody many.
Okay, fair enough.
There's a bit of a problem because one of the main areas for this kind of review, when they switched to DVD, it was VHS and DVD. It was just at that cusp. Is a lot of it would be small listings in magazines like Empire, etc.
Yeah.
And they haven't made that big a leap and transition towards the modern era, so it's a lot harder to find them. I'm not going to go down the Bodleian or the Cambridge University Library and do spec searching through like the 2002 Empire issues just to see if I can find Lana. But of some of the comments, so there has been a number of reviews since, a lot of blogs, because like people like us and people like me with Trash or Treasure run through and review things. So there are a number of what I would class more as re-reviews, which I think aren't necessarily as much fun as reviews from the time, but we know that these were not necessarily that wonderful of movies because they weren't being released in the cinema, so they give a bit of a feel. Anyway, some of the choicer comments I picked up, a mixed bag, as it's quite watchable and has a lot of screwy visuals. That's pretty positive.
Yeah.
A bit more effort was spent than there needed to be. So that's alternate editing. No, that was a positive. They were like, for something that is, I mean, this was done on like sci-fi movie of the week money. So
yeah.
Weird visual, mind-bending reality scenes, noirish characters, cases of confused identity and flashbacks. That's from Daniel Swart's movie reviews. The more negative review says, at least it's only 89 minutes, which I think is a little mean, but that's from a Transylvania. And then it's my favorite review. Thinking logically or otherwise about this movie is a waste of your brain cells. Oh, no, wait, sorry, that was a review of Highlander Endgame.
Okay.
Which is an entire half better on IMDb. Sorry, Hellseeker is an entire half better on IMDb than Endgame. So I think that categorically proves Endgame is the worst movie. Yeah, 4.5 versus 4.9. So there's enough in it for me to feel that Endgame is the worst movie.
Yes, certainly.
So yes.
There we go. Right. Thank you very much for that.
I'm trying to pull that off. Can you bring that down? Yes, here we go.
Here we go. There we go. Yes. So
I've got to find give me a second, I've got to find the bloody movie.
That's all right. I've got some stuff to say before you do that anyway. So talking about IMDb, here's what IMDb had to say about the film. A shady businessman attempts to piece together the details of the car crash that killed his wife, rendered him an amnesiac, and left him in possession of a sinister puzzle box that summons monsters. We're out and out calling them monsters now. No more angels to some, demons to others.
They should be, well, whatever.
Poetic?
Just a shit term, to be honest.
Right then, so have we got movies lined up?
How is Vicky? No, wait. How is Vicky? Are you excited about Hellraiser Hellseeker? How are you feeling?
How am I feeling? Okay, so hopefully that the main character is not going to be such a dick. I'm praying that actually there is a character that we can care about.
Yes, that was
just one would be nice.
Yeah,
with 5. No, it's 6. Oh God, what? 6. Hellraiser 6.
6. Yes.
Oh wow. Oh wow, this is going to be a memorable night. Obviously, when they're bringing back Kirsty, how do they do it? Do they actually mature her character? Is she going to be a wimp, or is she going to do what they did in some of the Freddy Krueger films, and they actually, grew a pair and got really, hardened and all that sort of thing? So I'm interested to know in what direction she kind of takes. So I am kind of excited, but then I do have some nervousness about this.
I think...
So just to clarify, we are watching Hellraiser 6 today.
Yes.
Andrew's amazing fact said it was the 5th film because it was intended to be the 5th film.
Supposed to be.
But it got delayed back to part 6, and then the other part came in. So yes, we are definitely watching part 6 tonight. So sorry for that confusion. It's not as if anything else has gone wrong today. I think we've got away with the few mistakes we may have made.
1, 2. Hey, the main problem's not me this time.
No.
Awesome.
I love the fact that the lag means Andy's having a drink whilst laughing maniacally. It's like the best ventriloquism act ever.
I am convinced this cannot be as bad as the last one.
Oh, well, we all hope it's not as bad as the last one.
Oh, as Vicky said, I was thinking about this, and they just had to do a couple of small tweaks to make him in any way endearing, and it would have been a totally different film if we at any point gave a single solitary shit about him.
Yeah, so I'm slightly hopeful for this one though, as we've got a bit of Clive Barker in it, we've got original actors in it, and the actors contributing to the script. So
yeah. We're just waiting for Ty Chiller to give us the okay, and then we're gonna do the countdown, and then I'm gonna edit all this together and make it look like we know what we're doing.
I think that's not
in the edit, all of the
happen.
problems will disappear.
Or I'll do what I always do and just half-ass it.
Yes. What could possibly go wrong? Right. Scarlet Tiger Chili is ready. I'm ready. Vicky, are you ready?
Ready. No.
Andy,
yes.
are you ready?
I'm ready in voice, if not in visuals.
Brilliant. Right. Vicky, you're going to do the countdown for us today, please.
I'm going to do the countdown, okay? From 3, 2, 1, go.
And how many of us managed to mess up pressing play?
Ooh!
Maybe. Let's dimension film.
That's a little funky.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm actually on a new laptop this time, my husband's laptop, which is why I don't look like an idiot today.
Wow. They got a quote from Dante's Inferno.
Yeah, but isn't that like a propaganda book? What's not
Dante's
working?
Inferno. Oh, it's an absolute hit piece. It's basically Dante just going, here are all the people I think are shit, and the Archangel Gabriel agrees with me.
Yeah, the timer's not working.
Hey, it sounds like Labyrinth.
It does, doesn't it?
The timer's not working.
It's only forever.
Yeah, I could just hear it.
Bring in the Goblin King. Come on, you know you want to. He might save this film.
No, everything has fucking died.
So this week, no timer.
Ugh.
The Hellraisers have got to the stage where time no longer has any meaning.
Can you kill that for me?
Done. We're leaning heavily into the box in this intro.
Oh, that is so cool.
They've got rid of the wood stain. That is definitely...
This is a proper metal box now, isn't it?
I'm hearing touches of Top Gun in this.
Yeah, just a little bit, yeah.
Oh, wow, it spins. Ooh, that looks quite fun. Ooh.
Yes.
Yes,
that is
100%.
exactly what this week is.
Oh, yes, of course, because that's the best thing you do when you're driving.
Yeah, let's hear in a car. Who needs to stay still?
I recognise him. I don't know where from, but I recognise him.
Oh, he's been in loads. He's actually quite
That's the Vulture for Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh,
yeah,
he's so good in that.
Oh.
Oh, yay.
No, you're not. You're both going to die.
Oh, apparently he's also in Law & Order.
He's got quite a career. He's just... Pay a fucking attention.
He's not... They're going to crash the freaking car. Stare at the road. Oh, God. Jesus.
Damn you.
Don't worry about it. What could possibly go wrong from... Oh, my God.
No sympathy. No sympathy at all. You stupid, stupid, stupid buggers.
Wind down the window.
Wipe down the window. Let it fill with water,
Well,
then
take
you
the
can get
seatbelt off
out.
first. No, take the seatbelt off first, then wind down the window.
Bye-bye.
That's a relatively good.
Yeah, there was a start which was from, what was it, Beetlejuice, which was so much better.
I'm just going to say that's a pretty solid. I mean, the important thing is it's a warning against being nice to your spouse, because if you ever get lovey-dovey, death is just around the corner.
Nice. Vintage BMW in avocado green.
Hey, it's going back down. That's
Oh
fair.
yeah, he's trying. He's not trying the handle. Now he's trying the handle.
He was.
It wasn't to start off with. He was just banging on the window to start off with.
She's a goner.
Yeah, now he's trying the handle.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye-bye. Your fault. Feel shame.
Well, so far it's better than the other movie.
Yep.
We are.
I mean, it is his fault, but at least we feel a little bit of sympathy for him.
We're 4 minutes.
There is absolutely no excuse for poor driving like that. He could have also killed the other car.
Oh, she was partly to blame as a distracting driver.
God, 100%.
As the driver, he was responsible, but
she is one creepy nurse as well.
Yeah, I can't quite figure out if she's trying to hit on him.
I'm going to inject you with something today. Not with you around, love. Oh.
That noise was wrong.
Ew.
Oh, he's Trevor.
What's she giving him?
Ew! Oh God, grim. Wow. Okay.
Those should be so much tighter.
The
whole point. The whole point of them is to keep the head still.
No.
Touching down.
Yes.
This is going to sound like a dentist drill, isn't it?
Wobbling around when you're having brain surgery is fine. Yeah, I thought she was trying to hit on him, but.
Oh yeah, it looks like she's only up for his mind. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm just going to say, with a close-up like that, they should have trimmed his nostril hair.
Oh God, no!
You can't unsee it now, can you?
Oh my God!
Oh Jesus H Christ! Okay, so they're just going for.
We're straight in with this one.
The whole. Oh no! Oh yeah, you think? No. Oh,
just relax,
Jesus.
It's very dark blood, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
on the plus side,
just relax while I go eeny, meeny, miny,
man.
That one.
Feel any pain when they do that?
Oh, Jesus Christ!
That's going in pretty far.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't deal with gore.
You don't deal with gore, and you're watching Hellraiser.
It wasn't gory.
Oh yeah, I distinctly remember part 2 not being gory, and part 1 and part 3 had no gore in it whatsoever.
Oh God, he's hitting on her now.
That is not hitting on. That's a weird.
Wait a minute, how long's he been there? Is he still in the same clothes he had the accident in?
Yeah, he's probably been there about 5 minutes.
Spooky, isn't it? Morphine. Delicious.
Oh, with you. Ew, get your hands off him. Oh, I'm sure you will, love. Oh, there's nice and then there's nice. Is she that hard up for a date? She has to hit on her patients.
Am I the only one who doesn't think she's hitting on him?
Yes, you are.
Yes. Naivety, thy name is Andy. After what, 5 minutes?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. You can get... Well, we don't know how long he's been there because...
He's in the same shirt he was in when he arrived. Either that is really poor costume. Chirpy detective. Oh, don't you?
Oh, okay. So it's been a month.
Well, we were told he was having memory loss. Got you a bad time. You recently had brain surgery, your wife is dead, and you're probably hooked on morphine. Yeah, that's a pretty bad time. Your car didn't have a passenger side. Just to be clear, he knows this guy's an amnesiac, and he's questioning details in his recollection of the events.
Yeah, I think he thinks he's lying, and I think he thinks he did it, and I think he thinks he's a dick. See? Oh, tune. This
proper
is
bus music.
This is so 2002. This is...
He looks so cut up about the loss of his wife.
Oh, he's already scoping out a new potential lady?
We don't know how long he's been...
A month.
Yeah, a month. That's a lot of processing time.
Knitting goes everywhere with you.
Yeah, I mind.
I need to know who this is. That's got a good groove.
You'll probably find it on the soundtracks.
Yeah. I want to know when when was Fight Club?
Fight Club was 2000, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Or was it 99?
99. So yeah. I'm getting definite from that sequence. There was just some of the visuals, the color mix, and the
Doggo!
lighting.
Look for Happy Tail!
Oh,
look for Happy Tail! There's the Happy Tail.
There's Happy Tail. It's like, I've been trained to bark, and I'm doing what I'm trained to do, so I'm happy.
Yay! I'm gonna bark lots because then I get a donut.
Wait, we need a new website now. DoesTheTailWag.com.
Every time you see evil dog, look for Happy Tail, because that means that they're happy that they're doing their job right.
Does the tail wag?
You're going to tell me it exists now, are you?
Oh, there's for the taking.
Okay.
Absolutely there for the taking. See, he is missing his wife.
Yeah, the picture's cracked. So has he been home before?
I think he was
potentially... it could just be cracked.
Well, it could just be cracked.
It's nice,
and that could just be a gun in the play, you know.
The crack was not presented as a huge detail. I mean, the lamp does not have to go off in Act 3.
Can you think of more memorable moments other than sex?
He's an amnesiac, so
the
answer is no.
I don't think there's anything inherently wrong about remembering the sex.
Yeah, but you've got to have other memories, like, I don't know, talking.
They were talking about how they were going to have sex.
Sex, yeah.
Communication is important in a relationship. It's a warm,
okay, so I'm not the only
memory.
female, obviously, here. So other female, obviously, do we want to see more of an emotional connection or just the fact that he wants to remember having sex with someone? Oh, dick number 1. You utter sod.
Hey, I hear that you lost your wife, crashed a car, had brain surgery and amnesia, but you're late to work, so I'm going to be an arse about it.
Ew! Oh my God. Yeah, I know, but I can still be upset about the fact that Hollywood's so sexist.
I'm not saying it wasn't gratuitous. I'm just saying it's.
You're on camera. Go slither off somewhere else.
And when was Memento?
No, actually, I think it's good that he played the vulture in another thing. Kind of suits him.
Yeah. Memento was 2000.
Yeah, so we got some inspirations going on there.
All problems solved.
I'm not saying they're necessarily ripping stuff off. I'm saying it's quite
inspiration, yeah.
Of the moment.
Yeah.
The previous one felt really early to mid 90s, right? This feels very early 2000s, so it's a lot more of its time.
We were in our 20s.
And I just say I'm liking the flashback in slightly muted tones.
Hey, it's Buffalo Bill.
They're clearly putting.
That is definitely a Buffalo Bill suit. Tell me I'm wrong.
No. Well,
yeah, certainly Silence of the Lamb-esque bits to this, isn't there?
Yes.
Or even the room is.
He doesn't have one.
What?
So who's creepier? Blind Chinese guy or this weirdo?
I'll agree. That happily accepted.
Yeah, lots of influences creeping in.
Again, I think it would be fairer to say it's of its time. It's a very modern. For its time, it's quite modern. The fact that it's
What? What is wrong with her?
She wants to be the boss and is establishing dominance.
Okay.
So was that a flashback to his wife or a flashback to the boss? I couldn't quite tell.
Boss, I thought. I have a lot of sympathy for him at the moment because that's really confusing.
Yes.
Get some work done, or we will be sued for sexual harassment.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Did male sexual harassment exist in the early 2000s?
Not in 2002, no.
No,
Should have done.
Well,
It was a
obviously.
free pass for all the ladies to harass as many people as they wanted to.
Hey!
As they wanted to? It was optional.
The only human I ever harassed was you, and you were willing. Ha
God, that video's got as much lag as Andy tonight.
I have no comeback for that.
Dude, get that off your screen. At some point, someone's going to walk in.
When was the mate? There's also like a little. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking into it a little too deep, but
yeah. I have discovered that you are sleeping with other people very, very quickly. I think you're the killer. You are the number one suspect.
Again, interviewing an amnesiac without a lawyer. I'm just
trying to find out that you're the killer.
A guy I want to send to jail for murdering his wife. It's a tale as old as time.
I thought he just said that he knows you're still on some really strong medication.
Yeah. So this entire interview is totally illegal.
Pray for the Cenobites. They might save you.
Well, who was that cop in uniform that we had caught a very brief glimpse of?
Bubba? He works.
Well, no, I think it might have been somebody we might recognise.
Well, who do you?
I think his name might have been Doug.
You think that was Doug Brady?
I think it was.
Okay.
A bit nice little thing. Just dress him up in a cop uniform and quickly sort of cut to him watching.
Hey, Doug, do you want to throw on a cop uniform and make more than you did from that Direct Line advert?
Oh,
you won't have to appear on the bill for a while.
Doug, he's not in. Oh, he is in this one, isn't he? Is it?
Yes.
He's still. Yeah. Okay. No! Oh, little doggo.
There's no happy time now.
No.
Oh.
Zombie!
Okay. He's being haunted by a member of Slipknot.
No, that's clearly a zombie.
You do know that a couple of members of Slipknot look like zombies, right?
I don't really follow Slipknot.
Hello, we're your neighbor. Okay, quick check. We're 23 minutes in.
Yeah.
Better or worse than the last one?
Well, the main character is not framed his partner already, so I'm going better.
And we've already had way more gore.
Yeah.
It is. His character is better, but I have still not warmed up to him.
Oh no,
all.
I'm not saying he's a good guy. I'm just saying he's not as despicable as the last.
I feel sorry for him because he's very obviously going through trauma. Don't pop a boner. Don't pop a boner. Don't pop a boner. Oh, what?
Oh, okay. I thought we were going to get something like nice and Beetle like crawling out, but CG eel.
I can't believe the doctor forgot to check for eels in his lungs. I think he's doing a brilliant job because he's doing a brilliant job, yeah, quite ambiguously, which obviously they're trying to generate a sense of ambiguity as to what the hell's going on. Because I think it earlier was implying that he drove her off the road.
Mm.
So it does look like the reverse of Prometheus, though.
Yes.
Another lady?
Oh yeah, I think we're going to uncover the fact that he wasn't the best guy ever in the world.
We don't know if there was. We don't. Again, we don't know. They could have been estranged. They could have, you know.
Well, we had the lovely mix of him initially thinking that they were kissing each other passionately, and that's why he crashed the car. And then he had the flashback to her looking away from him in a very annoyed fashion.
But we don't know if that's real.
Which is real.
Yeah.
Talking. Or getting another STD.
Got to get them all.
I'm really worried about you, Vicky. You do know that condoms stop most STDs, right?
Yeah, but do you honestly think people like that use them?
Yes.
Highly doubtful. He's
no,
clearly not okay.
Who sleep around? Most of the people I know who sleep around use condoms for the very reason that way you avoid pregnancy and STDs.
I strongly feel that people like that tend to forget.
I obviously know a better class of slutty person than you.
Evidently, but in all of these sex scenes, Andy, do you actually see them stop, reach for a condom, and then carry on?
No, because this is Hollywood, and they didn't invent the idea of the condom.
Exactly, because they don't. They don't do it.
I think it's implied.
No, it really isn't.
I mean, it'd be nice if it was at least referenced, but
it never is.
No,
it's one of the. It is one. Unfortunately, for a while, it was one of the quickest ways to get an R rating.
Mm-hmm.
Which blame the MPAA.
Not sinister at all.
Oh.
I've got this box.
Oh, God.
Why don't you open it and see if there's a ring inside it? Oh, God, it is, yes.
That's nature's way of letting you know you've made a huge mistake in your life choices. See? He could just suffer from resty jerk voice. Mm-hmm. I know I've got resty angry face. Maybe I'm just too generous a soul to give people the benefit of and I give people more of the benefit of the doubt. Oh God, a cat just got in his apartment. Oh no! Maybe that dog's in there now, eating his sofa. Ah!
You really should have worn a different bra, love.
Well, I'm impressed with her ninja skills because he was looking for somebody and she managed to sneak into his apartment room without being spotted.
What's wrong with that bra? Vicky?
I'll tell you when you're older.
I'm
It's
older
the sort
now.
of bra I would have bought for my daughter when she'd only just started to grow.
So not much support is what you're saying.
It's basically a training bra.
Oh, okay.
If she was wanting to go as a seductress, there are so many better bras out there for her. That's currently advertising what she doesn't have.
Mixed signals.
Yeah, got another opinion. See-through lace is a better choice.
See, yeah, something.
Am I the only person
A bit
here
more
who's
alluring?
focused on the present than the wrapping?
Oh wow, she certainly knows how to run a company, doesn't she?
What?
See, like seeing the future that could have been.
So was the dream he had of what happened or what could have happened or
Well, I'm wondering if it's like the last one and we've got like a little time loop happening as he makes different choices as he goes through the loop.
well, on the grounds he hasn't done mystery cocaine
Mm-hmm.
or any prostitutes so far, I think there are some similarities, but whoa! Oh! Ooh, Senna babies!
Yeah. Here's what you could have won.
With asphyxiation play via plastic bag?
I mean, she's screaming well for somebody who's being asphyxiated with a plastic bag.
Wow.
He was at work the whole time.
Wow, we're going to get really far in this film if it keeps jumping back like that.
Yeah, I did enjoy that. What was going on, especially with like the hand in front of the camera.
I'm just weirded out because it's like really weird behavior for Cenobites.
Mm. Or is it?
I'm pretty sure they don't use cellophane bags for what they get up to.
Yeah, but we don't know it was them. It could have just been his imagination of them doing
Exactly. What I'm saying is, with the knowledge I've got of this being the sixth movie, watching the Cenobites doing something that kind of torture seems really weird.
Mm-hmm.
So it adds a frisbee.
Yeah.
Because any ideas I might have are now scuppered by what the hell's the Cenobite doing? It's that neuters my prior knowledge, which is a problem you get with series like these, where you got so much established prior knowledge. Trying to do something to shake it up for the audience is very difficult. Okay.
Acupuncture, nice.
And Vicky
No, they
thought
really don't.
Vicky thought he'd given her him the address of a hooker.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Well, I would, because she's clearly not.
No, but what's she going to hook onto those things in his back?
Yes. Certainly opening up some opportunities for quite a few Cenobite references, isn't it?
It's a different type of hooker. Nope. You're just a hippie.
Your hallucinations are trying to tell you something about your waking life. I was one from my knee operation. I was given enough morphine that I started tripping balls. It told me nothing other than morphine is just not one of your 5 a day. Now that is Doug Bradley, who dressed up as a new metal kid. My God, he is no good at American accents. Ooh. That was nice. I really liked that sphere to square.
Because it opens up that question again. Was he given a sphere, or is he just remembering it as a sphere, but it was actually a box? Yeah.
Why is Han Solo hanging off the wall?
I did think that was a perfect opportunity for that wall hanging to start moving.
Aye, aye.
Look like you're short a few. Here, have one of mine.
Yeah.
It's a bit bigger than the other one.
Mm-hmm.
And growing. Okay. Yes, Pinhead just shoved a garden stake through his neck. No, but I pissed the table in terror. I do not judge. I'm just going to point out there was absolute foreshadowing on that, because before he came out, there was a really subtle 3D effect on that picture in the background. That's why I made the Han Solo effect. So I absolutely get what they mean about how this went the extra mile. Pretty sure.
So they've gone from "we don't believe you that she's dead" to "now you've murdered her."
He did?
I mean, she did have a house in London that transferred itself to New York, so that must have been worth a few pennies.
And his amazing collection of Rubik's Cubes.
Yeah.
No, she'd be a missing person for a long time. It would have to go, and then the insurance come. No,
is it
not
something
how
like
it
7
works.
years or something that they wait until they declare
10
it?
years, yeah. Although the statute of limitations on fraud for that is quite longer, which is nice.
Do we wonder if the Cenobites have actually taken her, or if this is...
So if that's Kirsty, how did she not recognise the box?
I think she did.
Oh, hello. Just chuck that in randomly.
Oh, yeah, because they really cover you up. And you're being a perv.
I like the fact that he just waves to her. It's like no apology to attempt to look away or anything like that. It's just hi.
It's not as if he knew she was going to be there.
No, but it wasn't as if he made any effort to look away either.
Yeah,
I sincerely don't think you just wave at a girl and go, hi.
Honestly, if I was in a situation like that, I would just be really embarrassed. I would probably just be like, I don't. It's sounds, it's not a reaction I would have.
And that was a nice little kick of those shorts.
There are many other women, lady. You're in a line.
Why did you waste a perfectly good whatever it was?
There's your answer.
Oh, God. Hello.
What? Oh,
yes,
doggo.
My foot warmer moved.
Loki, you're too young for this film. Okay, I'm getting a strong sense that he did it vibe.
I don't think he was quite an innocent person before the car accident. Oh, hello.
That is a cheap-ass Cenobite costume. Oh no!
Don't you dare stop barking.
Oh my! Oh my! Oh me! Oh my! Please if it's strawberry jam, that'll be hysterical. No! Dead.
Right. Time to call your partner in and frame them.
I'm just going to say that would have been the perfect time for her to sneeze and go, got ya.
Yeah.
Ah. That is... See, I'm in a weird situation. We're in a weird situation where I think I know what's happening, in that he's quite probably in hell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So this would work really well if it wasn't part of Hellraiser. Because the fact that we know what the hell, we got this idea of what Paul, your mic's died. Because we know, roughly speaking, what's happening, it's very difficult, and it's trying to build up a suspense. It's very difficult to get suspense did.
Well, it's weird because it keeps going high suspense, then back to nothing, high suspense, then back to nothing. It's just a bit.
I kind of like the pacing. I've seen a number of other very successful films with this kind of pacing in it. Again, it's quite Jacob's Ladder.
I'm going insane.
Okay. So oh. Oh God. We found Kirsty. She was you all along. What? Lots of things. Wow.
No, you're not.
I mean, I wish I knew as well, because I'm still quite lost on this one.
I think he's in hell.
Ah, nice little origami box.
What's in the box, George? No, I meant they're hidden. You forgot to put sales tax on it. So he's basically an antiques dealer who spent a fortune on training a flock of crows to fly out just so he could absolutely fleece yuppies for their money. I like
yeah.
that look. Yeah. They do it all the time down in London, so is he wildly hallucinating? Is he in hell?
I can't quite figure out if he's completely in hell and just living through a really weird situation.
Or this is his journey.
Again. Or if this is him sort of making his way there.
Could be. Or he just lives in a really shitty part of town.
Or Kirsty put him there.
Why do you think that?
There's no way she wouldn't know what that box was. There's no way she wouldn't know if he was a cheating asshole.
It's a good thing. Then you'll remember all the terrible things you did, and then it'll be bad. What? That's a bizarre line. Maybe you're not the angel. Yeah, that was such a weird line to drop.
That's why he was just standing around someone's cubicle having a chat.
Well, shit. Quality. Ooh. Bitumen. Blood. Most things these days are in your car. That's a hell of a car.
Oh, and Trevor, lock your computer screen, man.
It could be like one of those really old school screen locks.
He's trying to do good cop badly. Nope. No one will believe you.
No, you don't. You obviously do not believe him.
Can't say so blame him.
What?
Oh, yeah, cops changed.
Yes.
I'm so
Old
sorry
school.
I sold you down the river.
Whoever put the dartboard above the water cooler has no clue.
That's a more appropriate reaction.
What?
So that's a more realistic reaction from her. That she's unwrapped the present and seen the box and lost her shit at him.
Yeah. I'm just like, why did you pull the gun on him on the car journey? That's an intensely... other than, you know, like the gaping wound from where they cut into his skull. With a 9mm. Wow, she is an absolute hippie.
Not at all.
Nope. Very sensible man.
Does every woman in this just want to hump him?
I think so.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. How is she doing that?
With all the needles in him.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's going to be a bit of squishing going on there.
Yeah, in many ways. Matchy matchy. Is that satin? Because, like, that is so going to snag on the head of those needles.
Well, I can't see the needles in him anymore, so.
Ooh, that's a reference.
A reference to
Ice Pick from Basic Instinct?
Oh, right,
yeah.
right. I don't think I've ever seen that.
No, not the only one, Andy.
I don't know. I just wasn't that enamored with the concept. Okay. Wow. I'm just waiting for the exposition bomb at the end of this. What?
Who are you talking to, buddy? Oh, she was his mother all along.
So who's the guy in the hat?
Random bus riding guy.
Okay, that's... Oh, bang on the 60-minute mark. We're about to have a major flip. See, I was starting to get annoyed with the gag, but now I'm like, okay, so we get to work out what happened. Okay, so that was kind of all in his head, maybe?
I would say a lot of it's probably imagery.
I mean, it looks good. I got to grant that. I mean, I'm not bored yet. I was getting a little frustrated rather than bored.
Yeah, it's at the stage now where it needs to reveal something.
Ooh. That is a reveal. So he did?
Yeah, so he's
Pinhead? No.
he's the killer.
So she found out about the affairs.
I think the box was the final straw for her. And he's
'Cause he
like,
was
"Hey,
trying to
do you want to try this new sexy toy?"
Oh!
And she's like, "No."
Ooh. So it's now told us to think that he's the killer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Creepy
I just
friend
don't think I don't think Kirsty's that easy to kill.
I don't think she's that easy to...
I'd say creepy friend. He's my prime suspect.
There's that faceless...
There we go.
But you didn't do anything.
Oh, but he did.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Well, that solved something.
Nothing. That solved nothing. That just
No, that solved the loose plot end that they just created.
Did it?
I'm guessing so. Mm.
Unless he comes back.
Well, yeah. So, walk into work the next day and he's still there.
there's the guy in the mask, or with no facial features, coming through gradually. That's not healthy, unless he did it. Did he? I don't know any longer. I'm honestly confused, which I think is wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
If this can land it, I'm going to be thoroughly impressed. It's got 25 minutes.
Oh, yeah, just pick it up. Put fingerprints all over it. It's probably there anyway.
Pick it out with your bandaged hand.
Grim.
And it's the cop.
Oh, shit. He is in so much trouble.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. I didn't do it. Because we're going to read you your rights. To remain silent. There we go. See?
No, because that's not a cop.
Dumbass. Of course you can.
I am so intrigued. Okay. Okay. Is that part of the plot, or is that just a realistic reenactment of an American police department?
Yeah.
That was the guy on the bus.
Bus, yes. I think they're reusing a lot of the characters in this.
Yeah, to very good effect.
Mm.
I'm just yeah.
They are really going into the basement here.
This must
I
be
don't know.
hell for the subsidence.
It would really piss me off if Kirsty was killed just by an asshole husband. She survived Cenobites. She shouldn't be killed like this.
Are any of them even? I
don't care much about the other ones, but Kirsty, yeah.
no. What? What?
Yeah, so I think the two cops are the same person. Yeah.
That's a whole new meaning to good cop, bad cop.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Betty.
It's early CGI, but I'll give it points that works. This is
See, I'm thinking that the cops are Pinhead as well.
or something completely different.
Could be. But it'd be nice to have Pinhead be the one that's sort of pursuing him through the whole thing.
There's a very definite. I get why they included the Dante reference at the front. I'm getting a definite trek down to hell.
Yeah, progression.
And you could open the door and it'll just be lambs. I absolutely got to give it points for the visuals, especially considering the budget it had was not that big.
I mean, honestly, you wouldn't have been able to tell that the budget wasn't huge for this one.
No. Just got the, yeah. Wow. That's not hygienic.
Also, not much left to identify.
Yeah, I was going to say,
No.
can you identify this body?
It's kind of old school, sort of like 1 and 2, like rip apart, which is kind of nice.
Again, Lake Placid reference. Was this your friend? He seemed taller. By the way, if you haven't seen Lake Placid, do so. It's amazing.
Oh, I will.
It's a very good film.
I will have to give it a watch. That's
it. Very dark sense of humor.
Unlike this, it's just dark. I will have to give it a watch. Is that Kirsty?
Well, that's what they think. So that's why they've
That's
asked
what
him
we're
for
being
attention.
made to think, but I'm not. I think it's trying to get us into a null state where we don't know what the hell's happening, which is
I think
nice.
we're there.
And all I can do is empathize with him because he's obviously like really. I've got to assume his emotions all the way through are honest.
Mm-hmm. So in my head canon of this, basically, he showed Kirsty the box. She said, "No, thanks, never, get away from me," and left. He opened the box and has slowly been going through his personal descent of hell, where he's gone from shattering his illusion that he's a decent guy to seeing all the horrible things he did.
Daddy's home. And he's lost that ridiculous belly button protrusion.
Mm-hmm.
That is. Okay.
Oh, welcome back.
Yeah,
Welcome
good to have you back.
We need to get Doug Brady to just read children's books. Because he's got that kind of voice. Once upon a time, there were 3 little pigs. Pinhead says no.
Yeah.
Oh, bit of a face ripper. Oh, good.
Yeah.
As is the tradition of these movies.
Yeah.
Well, that's false advertising. Denouement. Why is she?
Because I think she's had enough of him.
I mean, fair.
Gonna say, she should have known better than opening that bloody thing.
Have you ever thought of asking nicely? I don't wanna.
Oh, she's the killer.
I Technically on a chair rather than a bed. Wow. Yeah. I mean, you know, except if it's consensual and everyone's good with it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not going to.
She didn't do it. That wasn't a way to get away with it.
No. But she was quite understandably pissed off with him.
Oh my God! Yes, yes. Go, Kirsty. I told you she was kick-ass.
She murdered 3 people.
5.
4 people. 5. She's murdered 5 people.
None of which society is going to miss.
You are savagely judgmental about these things.
Yeah, you're right. I am.
I mean, the boss was...
The boss was a stone cold bitch.
Yes.
The neighbor was
she might
just
be missed
basically...
by society.
Wow. I did not.
We're not going to ask any questions about why he's got a bullet in the head.
Shot himself while driving. That is bitch move. That is a cold-hearted bitch move. That is... Wow. Yes, it makes a lot of sense. Oh, wow. That's an incredible setup.
Is he supposed to be alive still? Because his eyes are fluttering.
It's a fish.
It's an eel.
Oh, God, that's disgusting. Why are they putting that in a bag? Oh, wow.
Well, he looks like an extra from The Ring.
Yeah. No, because that's not how being... No.
Chill, Andy, chill. She's stroking the body just like, you know.
She's being nice. She is being nice.
Oh, yeah. Hello, Loki.
And you got that doubling. That explains the... I'm really... This is... I'm not quite...
There you go. When the cop says one more thing.
No idea, mate. You have it. Because it is. No, take it. Okay. Man.
Has it got the wood effect back on it?
Yeah, might just be a camera angle. I don't know. Well,
no decent cop would do that.
yeah. That has successfully done even stranger things to the mythology. Did not see that coming at all.
No, I didn't.
Wow.
Oh, can we at least get a picture of them with... No, damn it. I would have just liked to have seen him suffer a bit more when he realised what happened.
I think he suffered a lot.
Oh, but there's room for more.
There's always room for good suffering. Although...
There we go.
It doesn't seem quite... Yeah, that was...
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna. So we've now reached the point in the event, which is Vicky's final judgment.
Have we?
I guess we
Yes.
have.
So
Okay.
before we get to the scores, we're going to ask Vicky a couple of questions.
Okay, go for
to
it.
get her into the mood for the correct evaluation of the film. So the first question is, how well do you... What do you think of this as a standalone film?
It's okay, but you need to know a bit of the mythos behind it before you can watch it, I think. Just given the references from what Kirsty had before, and just the imagery references as well from sort of the beginning, I would say. It's not fully in the mythos, but you need to know a little bit about the mythos.
Yeah, I mean, I was quite confused by the Pinhead being determined to get her soul, and the I'll swap you 5. That was like, that we are getting further. They had a number of references to the original movie, but it was getting further away from the original premise.
So that did not make sense at all. It didn't work with the original mythos elements. It just seemed like, let's get a good reason to get Kirsty back. And
which is great.
That was which it's great, but it's still lame ass. I mean, let's be honest here. I think it was film 3, when you kind of got the separation between the two. You could have had his good side craving for Kirsty to kind of be there, and then that kind of connection coming through, rather than this weak ass plot, which is, I'm going to get your soul. Oh wait, I can get 5. Hello, he can get 5. You know, literally a serial killer's like, I want to kill 5, and then Pinhead's like, hold my beer. Come on. It was a weak ass premise, and I thought it was pretty lame. To bring her back, there were so many better ways.
Whilst I do appreciate that, I'm just going to be honest and say, I think murdering 5 people is not a good thing to do, and it was inappropriate.
Controversial.
I'm just going to say, I get the idea of her. I just don't see Kirsty going, you cheated on me, therefore everyone dies.
I don't think it was just the cheating. I think it was the potential, the murdering element. I mean, how much of his mistresses knew about that? That was the thing. This guy clearly was
that it was implied that it was so. Using the evidence we've got and trying not to be prejudiced about your opinions of certain things, not pointing to anyone. But the information we've got is that he was having an affair with 3 people, right? And that he
was plotting to kill her.
with a fourth. We've got no with the bloke. We've got no evidence that the people he was having an affair with knew anything about the murder plot or were even involved in it. We also know that she tortured through quite gnarly methods the 3 people.
All we know is that she delivered those people to the Cenobites.
Killed.
We do not know. No, we do not know how she actually did that. We do not know if she didn't just go, and I'll open the books when we're together. And, oh, look, what's happened. So we don't know if she actually, but yes, she delivered them to be killed. However, how would she know? How would she know how much of those literal whores knew about the murder plot? She might just think they were all in it.
Literal whores. None of them were literal whores.
None of them got paid.
Yeah, none of them were sex workers.
Good point. Okay.
They were a person, the person in the apartment he was having a fling with. There was the acupuncturist, and there was the boss. You got a definite sense from the boss that it was not necessarily quite as consensual. So whilst I appreciate you have strong opinions about fidelity, that's not grounds to get a serial to become a serial killer, because you got to remember
I never said it was.
That was not a single spree. That was 5 planned murders.
Yeah, but again, I think the premise
tortures.
the premise of the film, as I've said, in that element is very weak. It's extremely weak. I mean, so he wants 5. What's to stop him? Kirsty wouldn't have done that deal. I mean, seriously, would she have done that deal? Because that would have kind of, she'd like, well, you have 5, but how many have you had in the past? You'd
I'm also like
5 and then come back.
She if you look at the people who she that happened previously, there was Frank, who was just a psychopathic lunatic. There was her stepmother, who was a psycho bitch. And there was that murderously insane doctor. That's like the 3, these are truly evil people. Whereas, like, the husband was a jerk. I get that. The guy who was, the plotting to murder thing, okay, I can kind of get it. It just doesn't seem like, it seems like they made, that doesn't seem like Kirsty, though.
No,
the 3 torture murders of the women, that seems like someone went, oh, I know how she'd act when they had bugger all idea. It seemed very out of keeping for the character.
I think maybe it could imply that influence from the hell dimension makes you act like part of it, and once you've had that shadow cast over you, that's it.
That I will buy.
Corruption.
That would be a very nice idea if they did that over a number of films, that she was slowly becoming like them,
or
just from the exposure.
If they had any kind of implication in the movie, in this one movie, that she, because all it seems like is her going, oh yeah, I've got 5 for you, and effectively it just seemed out of character for her.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there, but as I said, so there's many, I just think it was quite weak.
As a Hellraiser movie, as a standalone, what did you think of the Cenobites? And obviously a Pinhead.
Pinhead was all right, but then again, he normally is. The other Cenobites.
Are we saying all right or great? Is it how would you rank him on the Pinhead scale? Because he got some pretty solid scenes in this.
Yeah, I would say he was pretty high in that element. Certainly better than the rampaging killing beast that he was in a few films ago. The other Cenobites. To be fair, the other Cenobites in every single film are just getting weaker and weaker and weaker.
I will have, as I said, I thought they were some of the worst looking Cenobites going.
I can't actually remember. Did we have 2 new Cenobites or 3?
3, but they looked like Halloween rubber masks.
Yeah.
None of them had speaking roles.
They didn't have any personality to them.
No, and the Cenobites used to have their individualistic tendencies, whereas that seems to just have gone now, and they
also had presence.
Yeah,
these guys, these Cenobites were just the only one that had any presence was Pinhead. I will say I did like the callback to the trader in the first film, because him as the new metal antiques dealer was very much a hark back to the guy who sold the box in the first one. So I thought that was a nice motif. There are a lot of nice motifs.
I did think they tried to tie this one back into the original films a lot more than, say, like the previous film, which we watched, which was just like, here's a film noir thing with some Hellraiser tacked on the end.
And they were doing something different, because this was him working out he died.
Yes.
Which is cool, rather than being in hell. But yeah. I mean, any other... Paul, do you have any questions for the Vicky?
No. Yeah.
I mean, does Vicky have anything she wants to say?
I think I've said most of what I need to say. I like the sort of dream imagery and kind of the confusion element of it. But as you said, about halfway through, it was getting a little bit old.
If they'd put the twist about 5 minutes sooner and just had a little bit more oomph to it, maybe a bit more revelation about it changing. But the visuals, I thought...
Yeah, I think the visuals were very nice. You got lots of nice scenes, and the use of colours was also very good.
Some element of remorse would have been good as well. Because all the way through the beginning, like he was kind of having those memories with his wife, and they were seeming to be warm. So it would have been nice if he'd have actually gone, holy shit, I actually had it really, really good, and then I became a twat.
Well, I kind of wondered, because
he did have that in one of the therapy sessions.
Yeah. He also had the bits where he was sort of had sexual encounters with the various people, and he was refusing them.
So there was not very well developed, but it was there, which is possibly worse.
Yeah, it could have done with a lot more depth to it.
But visually, I would say visually it's probably better than the last... I'm going to be really judgmental and say the last two. I think the sets were distinctly better than most of the setup for Bloodlines. And just the whole style and the caliber of the movie was way above of the last one, which I can't even remember the name of. Inferno, yeah.
So Bloodlines, that was still a cinema release, wasn't it? Was it Bloodlines?
That was still a cinema release, yeah.
So that theoretically should have had the higher budget.
It did.
But this one felt better quality.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's just because they went out and they found better locations to shoot in, so they didn't need to spend so much money dressing them.
No, I disagree, because there was an awful lot of attention to detail on the sets.
Yeah, but I wonder, because if they found like a really nice location to shoot in, then you need to do less set dressing. You can put your key bits in there to have you hark back to what you want to. Whereas you think about Bloodlines, they basically probably built a lot of those sets from scratch.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Especially the spaceship set. But yeah. Okay. Well, unless anyone has anything else they want to bring up, that means we get to the final part of the evening.
Wow. Does that mean it's time for...
handing it over to Paul.
The Hall of Hellraisers.
Now, for some reason, Paul's already put it in the middle. So where are we thinking?
I've just dumped it down somewhere to start off with, because there was some space. But Vicky, where would you like this one to go?
Okay, so actually, so Inferno's still right at the bottom.
Inferno's still at the bottom.
I think
would we like to move Inferno down a little bit?
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, let's move Inferno down a little bit.
Hellseekers can go a bit higher above.
So you think above Bloodline?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay,
let's move it up there. Do you want to move Bloodline down?
No, keep it down.
Okay. Yep, so we're quite happy with it. It sits between 3 and 4.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. You're happy with that?
Okay.
So we are firmly at navel level.
Yeah. Well, he looks like he's having a hernia.
Yeah. Oh, dear.
So
This outfit's a little bit too tight.
he's been having a couple. I definitely think we are seeing the elderlying of Doug Bradley.
Yes, he does seem to be aging a bit now.
He's enjoying life.
Yeah.
Why not? Let him.
I am not going to begrudge him a single happiness after a wondrous performance from him. I thought that was quite good on his part. So, hey, Paul, what time's the next showing?
So that would be Tuesday, 25th of July, where we get to watch Hellraiser Deader. And the spiel for that one. Yeah, there we go. Someone's looking forward to this one already. So here we go. A journalist uncovers an underground group who can bring back the dead and slowly becomes drawn into their world. Sound appealing?
So, Vicky, based on that alone, how are you feeling about next movie and the general trajectory of the whole affair?
That good.
Yeah.
I mean, I generally was feeling that we were sort of on a downward spiral, but this one has kind of peaked up for me.
I'm gonna go into it. I really thought this was gonna stink something chronic.
I was expecting this one to be really bad, but I was
terrible.
Pleasantly surprised at how it wasn't.
I think, based on the willingness of this one to go a bit different, and also on the idea that's been presented there, I think this could maybe be good. Not great, but I think we could be on a bit of a reasonable.
Maybe.
Reasonable turn.
We'll see. Yeah. I'll try and keep an open mind. Just as long as you promise all the way through the end of this, Andy, that you keep an open mind.
I always do.
I
do. Anyway, so you can find Paul and Andrew watch you can find Paul and Andrew watch all obs at the trashoretreasure.blog, or you can search Facebook for the Super Fortress Hardcore Genki Hall of Awesome.
So thank you all very, very much for watching with Paul and Andrew and Vicky watch all of Hellraiser. And have a really good night.
Yeah, until next time. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.